Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
If you had your first meal at, say, like 10 o'clock a.m., right? Breakfast. And then you had your next meal at like 6 o'clock. Is that breakfast again?
Probably. That's second breakfast.
Yeah, right? Because, like, isn't breakfast just breaking fast, which means you didn't eat for like 8 hours?
I don't know, actually. I don't know the origin point of breakfast.
Any excuse to get more sausage in my mouth, you know what I'm saying? if I could just call everything breakfast, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, fair enough,
It's the best of the foods. You know
I guess you are fasting when you're sleeping, technically.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, everybody does it for at least a little while.
I always thought it was like the opposite, where it's like you're taking a break to eat food fast, quickly, because I feel like the hearty breakfast is a very American thing.
Damn right.
I could be wrong, but the massive breakfast with pancakes and bacon and sausage and hash browns and all that good shit, like ham,
like a lumberjack
gravy,
slam,
like maybe a country steak on the side, on the side, fatty fat,
different plate.
I think most places it's like some toast and some bacon and a little coffee,
and
that's
pudding
it.
A fucking tomato, fuck them, fuck them. No, we're American. We eat breakfast around here.
Gorge ourselves.
And when I'm wearing my good breakfast, as in I've eaten so much of it that it's on my chest and whatnot, I like the quality of the Back Nine Problem shirts.
Oh yeah,
because I'm telling you right now, syrup does not stick to a Back Nine Problem shirt. You can eat all the pancakes and drink diet beers. I guess Gulf waters, as they call them.
Gulf waters?
All day in a Back Nine Problem shirt.
Waters?
Back Nine Problem shirts are so American and so wonderfully made that when you have your inevitable heart attack, they won't cut it off of you, they'll take it off of you. And then they'll fold it and they'll put it next to you. That's how nice it is.
Yeah, 100%.
They'll actually take the extra...
Like a flag.
You could be seizing out, face half droopy, heart clenching, fucking cold sweats, talking to your grandma after the last 40 years of not seeing her.
Like you see her.
And the doctor will still be like, that's a nice shirt. I'm not going to cut this off of the guy.
Can we just pull him off, please?
Honestly, I think if he makes it, not having the shirt's going to send him right back under. So let's just peel this one off of you. Yeah. And it's stuck to you because of all the sweat.
Yeah, you're seizing and they just politely lift you up and take off the jacket or the fucking polo.
It's like Under Armour with a collar. So that way everybody could see your nipples, but you look fancy. You
definitely can see the nips for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we just fill ours out like significantly.
Oh, dude, I can see my nipples through a sweatshirt. But since it is America Day.
And cut diamonds, baby.
Yeah. We're going to honor the Back Nine Problem Old Glory shirt. This is Old Glory number 2, which is nice. But I think number 1's where it's going to be at. Can we find number 1? Sure. Now, why they put them literally on opposite sides of the shop, I'll never know.
Placement,
But I like this one more. I like the number 1. I like that it's white, like myself.
Yeah.
And I think it makes the stars and stripes on the sleeves just stand out more.
Yeah.
As the blue, it's like you pretty much just have a 3/4 blue shirt.
Yeah, the blue trim on the collar on the button part too is really nice.
Oh, it's very nice with the white buttons.
Accent.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I like it.
Yeah,
show
logo.
your American pride in the Gold Glory Polo. Old Glory Polo. I can read. Made with the same high quality wicking and breathable material Back Nine is known for. Every Old Glory sold will send a direct donation to the Wounded Warriors Project.
That's pretty awesome. I don't believe them, but they stand for good things. They stand for good things.
Oh man, could you imagine if that was just a ploy to make more money?
Just saying that we're gonna donate.
Like I think I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of other companies definitely do that.
That's a good point. Yeah,
there's probably tons of companies that do that shit.
If you go on iTunes or Spotify and you give this show 5-star review and leave a little comment, we'll plant a tree in Saudi Arabia. For everyone.
Yeah.
Every good review, I will personally fly to Saudi Arabia. I will dodge the Mujahideen and the sand folk, and I will trek to a beautiful place where I could plant just whatever tree will survive in the fucking desert.
Yeah. Whatever tree happens to actually work out there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Do they got trees out there in the Middle East?
I'm sure they have trees everywhere, bro.
No.
Like trees, like maybe not necessarily like everywhere in the Middle East, but like a tree of some species, I'm sure exists somewhere out there.
Whenever you picture the Middle East, I just see like sand dunes.
Yeah.
Maybe some camels, motherfuckers riding them real fast.
Camels.
Just no town or roads or anything like that in any direction you could see, but somehow everybody always knows where they're going.
What do you think? They're dune people?
Yeah.
They just dig dunes in the sand?
That'd be pretty sick, actually. I would respect them more if they
somehow harden the sand into sandstone.
They're like the meerkats of folks. You know what I'm saying?
They all pop out. See what's going on. Okay, we're
go back quick before the hyena comes.
Before the hyena comes.
But yeah, you could show your American pride by going out to Saudi Arabia and wearing the Back Nine Problems Old Glory shirt.
That's Jesus.
Fly into Dubai wearing one of these bad boys in a cowboy hat. Bap rag hanging out your back pocket. Divot fister clenched in your fist.
Yeah. You'll get two
for
sides.
The first one who wants some.
You'll get two sides. You'll get one group of people that are super into the fact that an American's here, and then other people that are probably just going to want to rip your balls off.
Yep.
One of the two.
Yeah.
But that's why you have the fucking divot fixer, like you were saying.
Yeah, and I guess the nice part about Old Glory 2 is that as they're pelting you with rocks to death for trying to put your influence and trees in their country,
yeah.
You won't be. The more blood seeps through your Back Nine Old Glory 2 polo, it really just adds to the American flag look of the whole thing.
Yeah, just more fucking patriotic as you get bludgeoned to death.
Yeah, like it'd be kind of cool if like you bled in red stripes. That'd be pretty sick. We would actually probably go to war because that's the most American thing that's ever happened.
Could you imagine if the Old Glory like shirt actually had like some sort of like lines in it that when dyed it actually shows the full like red lines of the flag?
That would be pretty sick.
Like it's actually a shirt meant for war.
Yeah. Dude,
that's patriotic as fuck.
That's how you start war.
And then you just dig holes with your divot fixer in the chest of your enemy,
or fix holes in the chest of your enemy with the divot fixer. We're still not quite sure what it's for.
To fix the divots that you put into the ground when your dumbass scrapes the fucking grass when you miss your ball.
Did we confirm that?
I'm pretty sure we did. We're just stupid and didn't remember.
Golf case.
Hey, look, we're 20 episodes south of 300. Okay,
yep.
Like conversations blend together after a while.
Yeah. I'm still not even.
Like, shout out to you, Doug. You the man, bro.
Yeah, and the other guys too, I guess. Mostly Doug. Thick one. Nope. Thickness, all lowercase.
Thick one. That's a different sponsor, bro.
Yeah, so shout out to them.
Jesus. Happy 4th of July, I
rest
guess.
Rest in peace. Happy America. Thickness, all lowercase letters because we were an afterthought. Or, you ask them, I guess. I don't know why they
still
did
don't
it.
know.
Yeah. In fact, if you can, after you're done giving this show 5 stars, go on over to back9problems.com, get in the email, contact us, and go just ask them why it's all lowercase.
And they'll say, we don't know.
Yeah, but just keep asking them. Keep asking. We don't even want them to change
Infinitely.
it. I don't even want them to change it. I just want everybody to personally try to find out on their own.
We want to reach episode 500 in a couple years from now, and it still be an unknown question.
Yeah, we're gonna shake this sponsor by episode 300.
This is part of
from
lore.
junk mail.
From junk.
They're gonna
mail
drop us. Honestly,
like, listen, we get so much fucking junk mail from you that we don't even know where our actual emails are.
We're not even selling shirts. People are just asking what it's about.
Yeah, dude.
I don't understand.
It's like, bro, I have a supplier email that comes in, and I can't dig through it with these 300 plus other fucking spam emails.
Yeah, it's just pictures of Garth Brooks, and then it says, and it's all just like, why?
Why?
Yeah. Oh man.
Speaking of trees,
Yeah.
You know, thickness, all lowercase.
Yeah. 10% off.
10% off.
Wonder
baby.
Warriors Project.
Back9problems.com. Have you, speaking of the trees and shit, this fucking microphone's pissing me off. Sorry. It keeps floating away from my face.
Yes. We have bungee cord microphones.
Yeah, apparently. I guess it's time to update our gear. But anyways, like, speaking of trees and shit, bruh. Have you seen that one guy that, like, has planted and created a man-made forest within, like, several years, you know?
What the fuck?
Like, this dude, I can't remember where. We can probably look it up if we're curious enough, but... Or somebody can just ping us on our somewhere. Facebook.
Yeah, if you're listening to this
Fuck,
live...
where do you even contact us? Because we don't do shit.
You don't.
You know?
You
We don't
don't
market.
contact
We
us.
don't talk to nobody. We just kind of upload it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could follow me on Instagram at JBThickness, but you
You
I don't
can't
give
follow
a
me.
fuck.
Don't follow me.
Just listen to the
I
show.
don't have any kind of fucking
Honestly,
social
just
media.
listen to it, show it to somebody else. I don't give a shit if
Yeah.
any of you would know who I
Well,
am.
regardless, there's
Yeah.
a dude that literally started planting trees over the course of time somewhere not in America, because who does that in America? Come on.
Yeah, come on. Got work to do.
But no one gives a fuck here. But he basically created his own forest. You know, actually, I am going to look this up now because I'm kind of curious.
Is it illegal to plant trees wherever you want?
I think you, depending on the area, you probably have to have like some sort of permission or permit. Or something.
Right. Like, let's say I just like decided every now and then to sneak onto a golf course and plant a tree. You know what I'm saying? Is that illegal? I guess trespassing, but not the actual planting of the tree. Let's see. Externally,
I think this is the guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would just live in some fucking bullshit ass island country. Damn. Okay.
the Majuli Island. Interesting.
The Brahmaputra River.
Origins are in the Himalayas.
Okay. Where the Tibetan mountain glacier sources it. Water caves. Water carves the landscape as it moves east and then southwest through Asia. Once it enters India, the funny named river separates into a kaleidoscope of braids. Those flow ribbon to eastern. I give up.
So, long
guy.
story
Fuck
short,
this guy.
it was whittling away, and he literally just became its fucking gardener. Like, he just started planting trees, taking care of it, and whatnot. And I guess within a certain amount of time of several decades, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The dude has like planted like several acres worth of forest, you know? And then like now that there's like 100+ elephants that come to the forest now to stay, like he made a little hotel for them basically.
Well,
you
and
know?
they're breeding. They birth their calves in this little forest.
Yeah, like literally, like it's not even like a little forest anymore. It's like starting to turn into like an actual forest.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with tree like areas like that, you know, is that once you get to a certain size, it starts growing itself now, you know?
Yeah.
So whatever he's doing is now in addition to the own forest's growth, you know? Which
Yeah.
is fucking pretty crazy if you think
That
about
is
it.
pretty fucking nuts.
Like, this dude literally, like, erected his own ecosystem, more or less, you
Yeah.
know? Look at him in a fucking suit on this fucking boat out
Yeah,
here.
he also looks like he comes from a place where there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, I mean,
know,
like
it's
what?
just
I
in
mean,
Southeast Asia,
look at it,
essentially,
dude. So there's this
right
image of
above
him on the
India.
river, and it's just kind of like what you were saying in like the Middle East, just empty sand.
Yep.
You know,
a
that's
lot of
what
fucking nothing.
a lot of and this man pretty much turned. I think this back forest line that you can see. I think that's his planting.
Yeah.
So like this fucking stupid pop up. Sign up for our newsletter, man. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, dude. Like so, like. He pretty much erected his own fucking jungle, more or less. You
That's
know, which
fucking
is
ridiculous.
pretty crazy,
Yeah.
honestly.
But fucking, I don't know. Like, it's. I'm glad somebody did it, I guess. But also at the same time, it's like, what the fuck was he just out there with a rake, as shown by the pictures, just out there raking shit up?
Probably. I mean, like,
watering stuff. Where do you get the? Is he just going to the lake and getting buckets of water, or was he like? I don't know.
I
It's
actually
fucking
don't,
crazy.
I don't know how. That's the thing. I like the talent to even understand how to do that.
Is it the
'Cause,
same
like,
as like building a zoo, where you're just like, I gotta just start planting shit and trying to make this place full of foliage?
Well, according to the article, he literally was like sowing seeds. You know, like let's see, it spurred more than 40 years ago when you witnessed a mass die-off of snakes during a drought, because snakes is the biggest, Sure.
Oh, yeah. He was
Extreme
concerned about the snakes.
heat and lack of vegetation, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, he was watching his forest die, and he's like, I'm going to fucking be Mr. fucking Forest of India, because I guess this is in India, looks like.
This is one of those ones we really should have read it before the fucking show
Yeah,
started.
I don't know. It's one of those things where like it just kind of came to my mind and didn't really have anything on it.
All right, real quick. Let's pause and let's watch this trailer right here.
Good idea. Yes. Okay.
Barack Mahabatabadan River.
Dan.
We've learned so much.
That was actually a really interesting little video.
Yeah,
you know?
so, all right, so in Northeast India, now we actually understand.
Yes.
In Northeast India.
Instead of just
India,
babbling.
Yeah. There's this island, which apparently at one point it's like the biggest river island in the world. Mm-hmm. It's a river island that 150,000 motherfuckers live on.
Yep.
And it's constantly eroding because of this big ass river.
Right, and it's losing forest
and
on top of economic man coming
floods. So it flooded super fucking hard, and they got hot as fuck, broke off a big piece of the country or island, and then just left this washed up giant, just hundreds of acres of dirt.
Yeah.
And this
Sand.
motherfucker was just like, why not? And he goes out there and hand plants just every tree and bush and everything you saw out there, he fucking put out there.
Yeah.
It's a big ass forest. It's nearly twice the size of Central Park.
It's fucking nuts.
It's
dude.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's huge.
and he's just out there just fucking. The weird thing is, like, he lives in town.
Yeah.
He's got a cell phone. Like,
Yeah,
he's just like a regular
clearly
ass dude.
technology at where he lives. You know?
See, I thought this was going to be the story of like a crazy person. Mm-hmm. You know, because he's been out there for 50 years.
Right, just constantly going.
Started in 79. Mm-hmm. So, and you know, like a tree takes a good 20, 30, you know, sometimes to get like become a big tree. Mm-hmm. And so all of those big ass trees.
Yeah.
He's seen them all.
Hand-planted, yeah.
He's seen them all.
Yeah.
He even showed him like grabbing the seeds out of them and shit like that.
Hundreds
to plant new
of
ones.
trees, dude.
He's just standing out in the middle of just endless dirt and just being like, I'll put a tree here.
Yeah, he even
then I'll put a
commented
tree here.
how it was hard to plant at first, you know, because he had to like bring the seeds himself and it was like very laborious, you know.
Yeah.
Now he just shows up, goes to a tree that's like has seeds on it and grabs them and goes and finds a spot and bam, there it is, you know.
Now the cool part is he was able to grow his own forest. It's fucking huge. The sad part is, isn't it just gonna wash away with the rest of the fucking island?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because they were talking about like it's already lost half of its size since it was founded,
Right.
and now the erosion point is raising super quickly. Mm-hmm. So I mean, like if it's flooding all the time, like is the forest gonna help it?
I don't know if it's necessarily just the flooding, you know, because he did mention too that the
Extreme heat.
the extreme heat, and like man coming in to like chop it down for economic reasons, you know, and like the wood and
there's
extra
like
other shit.
Rhinos and tigers and elephants that come onto the forest and shit. And they're like trying to break in to poach them and shit like that.
Yeah, right. So like it's a combination of things for sure. I don't know enough about, you know, nature to know, but I feel like the presence of a forest is a stronger barricade for water, you know, than like just a bank.
Yeah.
That's otherwise just made of dirt, you know?
Yeah, because it just washes away.
Yeah, I guess like they were saying in the beginning too that the borders always had been like bank beach like, you know?
Yeah.
So in theory, like I'd feel like a forest line would be more of a natural barricade than just sand.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what blows my mind more than him planting his own forest, which is a hell of a crazy accomplishment to do from like 79. So what's that, 44 years?
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's fucking ridiculous. 44 years worth of literally just planting shit.
Yeah.
And creating a forest. Mm-hmm. Like, that's pretty sick. But
I'm
you
sure
know what
that's
blows
just part
my
of his
mind?
routine now, though.
That's probably all he does. He's gotten like tons of awards and shit. The whole country backs him. Like he doesn't have to do anything else. But
Nobody's helping him though.
the part that really blows my mind is that there's such thing as river islands.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've never seen a fucking like river island because I guess all the rivers out here are too skinny.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like I've never seen like an island in a river that like nonetheless that 150,000 people could even stand on, let alone live on that motherfucker.
I mean, I believe it. There's I remember Well, there's not any around here, at least. But
No,
I
way.
remember in school when we were kids that we used to talk about, like in geography especially, like massive like world rivers around the planet,
Yeah.
that are just like literally not only like tens of thousands of miles long, but also just like very, 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 very wide, and sometimes turn into like lakes every now and then,
Yeah, wasn't like the Nile like pretty much the length of Africa or something crazy? It's
Some
pretty
nuts,
close.
yeah, like it wraps a couple times and all the other shit.
Like we have long ass rivers, but like not. I feel like we don't have wide. Because think about how wide a river would have to be
Yeah.
to have an island that could fit San Francisco on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of people, honestly. Another thing I thought too for us is that we kind of live in a flatter-ish area. There's Mount Diablo and whatnot and everything, but 9 out of 10 times rivers are usually descending from a high point to a low point.
Yeah,
You know,
And let's be real, Mount Diablo's cute and all, but
not really a
it's
mountain.
not like an impressive mountain. It's a mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing
But-
like, where you look at it and go, oh shit. Like I wonder what it's like living next to some of those like ridiculously tall mountains.
Yeah, like Himalayas
Yeah,
and
or
all
you-
other shit.
yeah,
Sierra
like-
Nevadas.
You can't even fucking see the top of it sometimes. Like it's just gone.
Well, and the range of it goes on farther than you can see too. Sometimes,
Yeah, that'd
like,
be sick.
yeah.
Mount Diablo is just like a big poop spot. This is a big old poop.
Yeah, big old poop and mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's fucking good for that guy.
Yeah,
That's
this
fucking
this
so
just
much
came
work.
to mind because we were talking about trees, and this dude is just insane, honestly. The fact that you like go, I'm gonna plant a whole forest. It's gonna take a long time, but I'm gonna go out and basically make a fucking huge ecosystem, basically.
And
like
and then that brings me to the question, like, how legally, how does that work? If somebody owned that land, then they could probably just come in and burn it all down. I would imagine.
yeah, probably.
And then
yeah.
he would just get massive
Yeah.
trespassing.
I'm
fines,
sure
like-
out there it's like there isn't really land owned out there, you know?
like in some states where there's just nothing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like even then, a lot of that land is owned by somebody. Like if it's not owned by the government itself, then it's going to be owned by like a billionaire, like fucking Ted Turner,
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. So like if you were to go out in the middle of the desert and just pick a direction, there's still a chance you're in somebody's land.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to be the fuck out there.
Mm-hmm.
That billionaire is not helicoptering all of fucking New Mexico or whatever just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So like could you just theoretically just kind of walk out there and start planting trees somewhere where there's nothing, or do you think it'd be like a problem?
Here, it'd
In
be a
America,
problem.
it'd be a problem.
Yeah, in America, because that's Americans are fucking idiots.
Yeah, but then you got enough
'cause-
like liberalism that people might protest to keep the forest going,
Yeah.
and then like the presidents in their fucking debates, they're going to talk about the forest. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's like a big topic. Because the Republicans are going to be like, he's breaking a law.
Yeah.
Light him on fire.
yeah.
And then the liberals are going to be like, we heard his podcast. He said faggot. Light him on fire.
You can't win no matter what.
You can't win, and
can't
you're
win.
just building forests.
Yeah. You're
You know,
trying
it's
to
like
make
doing
whole
the right thing.
ecosystems, bringing back the elephants, bro.
Yeah.
Bringing back the elephants.
Giving the elephants somewhere to fuck and have their babies. They exclusively go there to birth.
Yeah, it's definitely a hotel pad for sure for
Yeah,
them.
it's a big fuck shack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a shack to them too. That's
It's nothing crazy.
yeah. They said it was like 100 hectaacres, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Hectaacre. I don't know.
I've never seen a hectacre before, but they said that Central Park was like 33 and that this was like 55 or something.
No, it's more than that.
It's in there somewhere.
It was here. Let me scoot forward. I saw hundreds. Let's see here. It's over here somewhere.
Yes, but it's.
Stall.
I remember it looking like it was like double Central Park, damn near.
Fuck.
You know
Where
what
was
I'm
it
saying?
in here? Where was it in here?
I like how he's literally just out there, dude, with a fucking stick and just being like, this is a good spot, and then planting a whole ass tree.
It's pretty wild.
And then watching it grow over 50 fucking years and then just growing more and seeing all those grow. Like, I remember I was working at a church, the church where the pastor tried to fuck me. And,
Jesus.
yeah, and the gardener there had been working for the church for 25 years. And, like, the church is, like, just full of gardens everywhere. There's plants everywhere you look and actual, like, nice little garden areas and huge redwood trees all over the place, and he had actually planted all of it.
Yeah.
He planted all those trees.
That's
he
crazy.
watched them grow to these giant fucking things that they are now, and it's like, it's definitely. Oh, here we go. It was in the hundreds. So, he definitely like made himself a lifetime's worth of work, just from how much shit he planted.
Yeah.
To where now all he does is just work on his plants.
Yeah.
At this
So
church.
Central Park is
341 hectares.
whatever that is,
Yeah.
and then his forest is 550 hectares.
That's fucking
you know?
crazy.
And let's get like more granular
And
here.
it's ever growing. That's the
Yeah,
thing,
it's
like,
continuing. So Central Park is 1.3 miles squared, as far as its size. That's 840 acres, about 2.5 miles.
between 5th and 8th Avenue. Wow.
See.
Damn, Central Park must be wild.
Like, it's pretty fucking huge.
In Spider-Man, it looks pretty crazy.
Yeah, 843 acres, dude. Like, it's
Yeah.
quite a fucking bit.
So then a hectare is like basically double an acre.
Something like that. I mean, just like
2.5.
anybody who's listening, just look up a fucking image of Central Park and like look at that and now add a whole probably half onto that width-wise. And that's this man planted that forest
By himself.
of that
by
size.
fucking self.
But yeah, all alone. Like
Yeah, and he's
completely
still
all by
going.
himself.
He's not done by
Like,
any means. He's
That's
still,
insane, dude.
like,
Like
he doesn't look like he was old, but he wasn't so old that I think he'll be done yet. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure he definitely had like a youthful vibe. He was just very
Like, look how
wrinkly.
far that image of that Central Park stretches out. It's
So-
way back
so
here.
then-
So add on like this whole right side of the image. That whole side is probably all forest
Yeah.
for him.
He's
you
a
know?
fucking he's a wizard.
He's an animal, bro.
He's an
like,
actual
it's,
wizard.
It's crazy, dude.
I wonder if he can control any of the animals.
You knew that would be super shitty. You
That'd
know,
be
you,
fucked up with
you
the
plant the
snakes he was
house and the
trying-
animals hate him.
Yeah, right. Like the snakes he was trying to save, fucking gather together and fucking choke him out.
It's just like, thanks for the house, bitch.
They find him with a snake wrapped around each limb and his neck, like it was like a full-on assassination.
That would be terrible.
That would be fucking terrible.
You know, but I mean, symbolic, I guess. You know, like give nature its home and fuck off. I guess.
Yeah. Imagine being the whatever you'd call the ruler of India, who gave him that award, and being like, "What did he do? He planted a forest? Oh, suck my dick! He planted a forest." And they looked at it, he's like, "Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I don't know. Let's give him a scroll, I guess." He's handing him a scroll. Scroll down a little bit.
Let's see.
It's like, here's the
Oh, yeah.
ancient parchment that you required to tell you the
ancient
truth about the
parchment.
gods.
Yeah, he's not even smiling.
I bet it's got Latin on it. Look, he's
Like at
sweating.
least, like the forest guy is definitely like, you know,
Retarded.
he's got a grin on him. You
Yeah.
know, he's like, "Yep, I did this." You know,
He's almost got that autistic, like, stare-through kind of vibe,
yeah.
where it's like, you know, he doesn't quite understand why he's getting this scroll right now.
He's like,
He
"I'm
just-
just doing it because we need to."
It's like everybody
You know?
looks really happy, and
I guess I'm happy.
And this is great. And then this other guy,
The president looks like he's
yeah,
mad. Like,
yeah,
why am I here?
and just drenched. He's
Yeah.
fucking glistening, bro. He's
Yeah.
got so much sweat on him. I wonder what's in the scroll.
India's a wild place,
Do you
bro.
think it's like ancient, like an ancient language that if you can read it out loud, the forest will triple in size?
I don't know.
Third
Just
eye will
fucking
open
something
and
crazy.
fucking grow 2 arms so you can plant more trees.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Honestly, I really couldn't tell you like why somebody could go through planting all this and get all these awards and all this recognition, and then nobody help him. Isn't that something?
Nobody's fucking helping.
Isn't that
him.
fucking? Isn't that
Yeah.
not tell you what humanity's priorities
Dude,
are?
there's 149,
you know?
999 other motherfuckers on that island.
Yeah, dude.
And
not a
nobody's, like,
single fucking
contributing to the
person.
forest
It's like,
project?
motherfucker, like maybe they just didn't talk about it,
don't know.
you know?
No.
But by the video we just watched, you know, he's still out there doing it by himself.
It's crazy
You know?
the idea too. Like if you got everybody on board,
How fast?
they'd only have to help once.
Yeah.
You know, one
Yeah.
day everybody plant one
Yeah.
seed, and that's 150,000 more trees.
Yep.
that are at least in the ground.
Yeah. Oh, but then if everyone goes and does that, then the businesses that they own will stop for a day, and that will hit the economy too
and
hard.
people are going to want a share of the forest because they were involved in planning it, and there's be all sorts of like fake valor.
Yeah.
Like, I was there since the beginning. I was
They done some shit. Then that
I let him borrow my shovel.
This story turns south real fast, but ain't that some shit?
That's why this shit
about
doesn't
humanity?
happen in America.
Yeah.
There'd be lawsuits.
Yeah.
And like all sorts of protests and
It's
all
like-
sorts of bullshit.
Or just people just doing, virtue signaling. It's like, oh, I went and planted a tree. I'm a better human than you. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
that's a whole thing.
All right, sure.
That's a whole fucking thing.
Like this motherfucker planted a whole forest. Kiss my dick. Dude.
Yeah. You know what'd be sick
Fucking
though?
Christ.
That I've wanted to do that people keep trying to talk me out of. It'd be sick to grow like a little bonsai tree.
Oh yeah.
Because it takes like 20, 30 years.
Well, and you have to actually like shape it. You know, like there's like because I got my mom a bonsai tree a long while ago. I doubt it's still a thing.
No,
but
it's dead.
but that tells you too, like it takes dedication to it.
Yeah.
You can't just fucking water it and be done.
No, it looks sick if you
Like,
do it right.
Yeah, you have to trim it properly. You actually have to bend the new branches and new growth in the proper way, or like cut it off if you don't want it. There. But like literally, I've seen like advertisements of people getting like fucking wire that they wrap around like metal wire. And then, like, literally position the branch in like a weird shape, and then just wrap it down, basically. And let it grow that way.
I've seen people do that with whole trees.
Oh
like
yeah,
real, like
Yeah.
not fake, but not that bonsais are fake, but like like 20-foot tall trees. Where like like there's this one dude I used to deliver pizza to. What he did was he took a bunch of PVC pipe and he made a giant ring around his tree, and then he pulled every branch down and secured it to the ring. So that way it made like a bowl cut shape with all of the trees as they grew. So like once they reached a certain age, he was able to cut the PVC out, and the tree naturally grows almost like a sprinkler. Like it's a perfect circle.
Wild.
And it's just coming down perfectly all the way around at 360.
Wild.
It's like standing under a bowl. Like, or
What
a
the
giant
fuck?
mushroom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like, I mean, and he had like 4 or 5 of them that were like done, and like 2 or 3 more that he had just started that still had the brace around them, and you're like, that's fucking creative as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have there's definitely a respect for me for anybody that is into, I think, like it's like botanists and stuff, and like people who like just kind of work with nature. Whether it's this crazy animal of a man making forests,
That guy's wild.
or even the neighbors across the street that like have transformed their whole front yard into like a literal fucking garden paradise.
Yeah, they got a whole nursery over there.
Like, dude, like it's, I have a lot of respect because that takes a lot of time and like dedication to it and learning.
And it's not crazy
all the
lucrative
shit.
if you're trying to make a business out of it.
Yeah.
Like, you're definitely in there for the love of the game.
Yeah, and it's patient. It's all about patience, and like learning because each species of plant will have different needs. They might intersect with other types of species of plants.
You gotta
but
make sure you got them motherfuckers together.
Yeah, and it's like you're meeting the demands based off of what each plant needs. And it's not like you can just do one thing and done. You have to like pay attention, because like a lot of people I think now kind of want that instant satisfaction of just doing one thing or a couple of things over and over and over again, and then keep bearing fruit, and it's like less paying attention directly to like the details and change, because you can't rush a plant's growth, you have to wait for it to grow.
I wonder if you were to take like a seed from a redwood tree and then the seed from like a pine tree, and then put them in the same hole. If like who would win the fight?
I think it depends on how they grow.
Right. Because they're both going to start at the seed, and they could definitely try to grow outwards before they go up. But I wonder if one would just kill the other.
Yeah, probably.
And just be like, nope, sorry, bitch.
It would either kill it or it would smother it out of resources. Like oak trees, for example. They not only are incredibly hard to get rid of.
Hell yeah.
But
the roots are ridiculous.
Yeah, their roots grow kind of fucking far, and out. Like a lot of people don't realize that when you're standing next to a massive like oak tree, like a big fucking one,
an unkempt oak tree.
Yeah, like literally, like you could be standing 10, 15 feet from it, and you're probably near a root somewhere,
Yeah.
Like, that's how far out those things
you could
go.
be standing 10, 15 feet from it and still be under branches.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like there's a couple. There's this one over here, not too far. It's got its own hiking trail dedicated to it, and it's just fucking massive. It's been around for like 100 years or whatever, and it's just like the trunk itself is so big that I'm sure if you hit it with a car, you wouldn't even scratch the bark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then these just long, crazy branches that are extending out 30, 40 feet. Each one of them is thick enough to kill a human if it fell on them.
Oh yeah,
Easily. It would fuck
Easy.
your whole car up, everything. And like, it's just, they're just crazy big. And then you have to realize, like, oh, it's even bigger underground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how big this motherfucker actually
The
is
root
down there.
system has to actually be able to supplement the huge size.
Like, you could tell when he was out there putting the tree seeds in the ground, he was like looking at it, and then he walked a pretty decent distance before planting the next one.
Yeah, and you got to think about like canopy wise too. You know, like they've got to be able to like have enough sun getting to them so that the other trees don't overgrow and smother out the light from the other saplings. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, long story short, like this dude, like when we were talking about trees, like he immediately popped to mind, and it's just I think it's just insane that anybody even has the like fucking tenacity to be like, yep. I plant a forest, and I'm going to see it to completion almost 50 years later.
Yeah, and I think what you brought up that blows my mind is nobody's tried to help him.
Yeah. What the fuck, bro?
Like, nobody?
Not
really?
a single. You have all these awards, this whole ceremony. I'm sure he got some kind of funding or something from like
maybe some sponsors.
But that's it. Not a single person's like, hey, bro, like, do you need help with like actually like the labor of planting the trees and shit? And I would hope that somebody offered it to him and that his response was like, no, I got it.
He's humble as fuck.
Right. But at the same time, like, just go out there and just plant some shit with him. Like just follow him out there.
Rake some fucking leaves with him.
Or something.
Kill a snake. Don't show it to him. He doesn't want to know. He loves that snake.
He loves those snakes. Those whole thing started with him realizing that the snakes were dying off in the forest. Yeah. Which was wild.
I just think it's sad. The whole country's washing away. It's just like, let's build a forest on it.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Let's build a pyramid on it.
It's a big-ass island, which is crazy.
Yeah, in a river island.
150,000 people on a river island.
River island. That blows my mind. Because when I think river island,
small little fucking,
I just think of a rock that was big enough to go through the river.
Yeah, or like a little formation to pop up or something. Yeah.
Not a giant fucking city. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of giant fucking cities and being disappointing, I got some good news.
Okay.
So our high school.
Oh yes, I heard this.
A bunch of pussies.
Yeah, a bunch of pussies.
Bunch of fucking weak, no-shouldered, fucking chinless, spineless pussies.
Fucking
that
inverted
go to this
dicks.
fucking high school that go now. It is a bunch of fairy-toting sprinkle dust, just mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging, sad fuck pieces of shit.
Fuck you guys.
That go to that school. If you go
fuck you guys.
If you go to that school, Concord High, currently, fuck you.
Yep.
Every single one of you.
Yep.
I think it's the saddest, just biggest disgrace of a public school system. It's a waste of air and chairs and carton milk. That carton milk could be going to real Americans.
Yes.
That aren't just the sad, pathetic,
just fucking
weak,
pussies.
Fucking frail, shaking,
bunch of virtue
scared of the dark, scared of the light, scared of the middle.
We can't be Minutemen anymore because it's sexist. It's
like, my fucking God.
Yeah, so our high school.
It symbolizes violence.
Former high school. We are 30-year-old men. Tried to change the mascot from the Minutemen to the Bears.
Yeah. They put a whole poll out like it was the Gators, it was the Bears, it was the Bobcats,
just gender neutral.
All this stupid shit.
Anything that couldn't offend somebody. I don't. Is it because it's Minutemen?
Probably.
Is it?
I bet you it's a plethora of things.
Is it the thought that the Minutemen were murderers, or is it the thought that like it's exclusively men?
Both.
Fucking eat dick.
I can almost guarantee you that those were the two big main like anchor points. I don't know too much about it, but honestly, you don't really need to know too much about it just to understand that like why the fuck are we even changing the mascot?
Well, it's like history was not gender neutral.
No.
So it's not like we can change it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can look at something in the history just like we all have done our whole lives and go, that was bad. Let's not do that anymore.
Right, sure.
That's fine, right? We shouldn't be Nazis. We shouldn't enslave black people or Chinese people.
Or the Irish or whatever.
A lot of fucking Chinese people.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking Chinese people. Just
they enslave themselves.
Yeah,
it's fine.
They're productive when they did it. But they helped recruit themselves. But like you can't go back and just say slavery never existed because then we don't learn from it, right?
Sure.
You can't just go back and
it's
say
the ostrich in the ground.
Nazis were so bad that we're just going to turn into Voldemort and forget they existed because then more Nazis come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't just like look at history and be like, I don't like that. Let's put that away and hide it because it's going to hurt someone's feelings. Because then history is bound to repeat itself, which it always does.
Yeah.
Because none of us paid attention in history class.
No.
It was more important than anybody could have thought. History class, and nobody gave a fuck.
Nope.
I liked history, and even to me, that was more of like an elective than something I needed that I thought I needed to hold
I think
down.
That point's a problem at the school system, not necessarily the topic. You know?
It was like science, math, and English were the ones where like I need to know this. History was like, yeah, history's fun. You know, it's like wood shop and auto and band. It's like
because they always put so much significance behind those fucking academic classes.
Ones,
you know,
but realistically, history is like probably more important than most.
Yeah,
you know, just because of the fuck ups that come along the way if we don't look at our past,
and the connotations and everything, and just learning from it. You know,
so they tried to change the mascot to the bears. Now, out of all the animals, I guess bears is cool.
But it's just the reasons behind it all is just so cucky, dude.
It's
so cucky.
It's sad. And I'm so happy that a petition went out. I signed the petition.
Maybe too.
I signed it. Fuck them.
I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
Did you see the comment section on like Facebook of like
all the people? It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, I didn't see a single comment that wasn't like, fuck yeah, thank God. You know, like everybody was on board for like, why would we even want to change this?
Well,
you know?
because it just like, it kind of deletes us from history a little bit in that school. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was a Minuteman, well, now the Minutemen don't exist.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you now.
It's a unique mascot, you know.
I'm paying taxes in the town that school lives in, motherfucker, so yes, they exist.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, bitch. Like, everybody that was a Minuteman probably lives around the school.
Yep.
Probably pays taxes in that area because that's where they live, which means it goes back to the fucking school. So, god damn it, we're the Minutemen.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not just going to erase us because you're some poo pusher with a fucking a headache.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's scared of the goddamn world.
Yeah, anybody who can't handle like the fact that like, oh, this is making me upset, so I'm gonna change it. It's like, okay, like just fucking how about deal with it?
Yeah.
You know?
It's
like,
a fucking mascot.
Get the fuck over it. Yeah, it's not hurting anybody.
It's not crazy. They're not saying that you have to be a man to go to school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I don't remember a single person ever having a problem with it while we were there. You know?
No, nobody does have a problem with it.
And
nobody has a problem with
and
it.
we're millennials.
Yeah.
We're known for being the ones who change things and being very liberal and the offended race.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single one of us had complaining. Not a woman, not a man.
Nope.
Nothing. Not the Down syndrome kids, not the trans
There's not
kids.
a reason to be upset about it.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mascot.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like we're not fucking 1,000 years old. We graduated in the fucking late 2000s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had trans people. I remember when I went to Mount, my first high school, a dude won prom queen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We weren't living in the 40s.
Respect.
Like, people were woke, quote unquote, back then. Like, it's not that crazy. And to think like it's like now it's a problem. It's like, why? What is it a problem for?
It's just because it's like it's Minuteman and it's a symbol of violence to some people.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my fucking god.
They should change it to like the hour
know?
trans or something.
If you want to talk about bears rip people in half.
Yeah.
You know, like
bears are pretty anti-human.
Have you seen polar bears?
They're not woke whatsoever.
Like, oh, it's not a polar bear, it's a bear. It's a fucking species of bear, dipshit.
It's bear.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, you're not changing Minuteman because it's a species of fucking human. You're changing it because it's a man.
Also, what kind of bear?
And it's violent.
What kind of bear?
Just a regular bear, I guess.
There's no such thing.
If it's a grizzly bear, that'd be cool. I guess.
Well,
but we're not the grizzlies.
But if it's if it's like a grizzly bear, that's brown. What about the white kids and the Asian kids?
Yeah, dude.
That's not very inclusive.
Yeah. And then if it's just
there's no like
if it's only black
bear,
then you're just virtue signaling because you're just doing it because it's just the black bear.
And if it's a polar bear, that was racist.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Even I'm gonna be like, come on,
right.
come on, get that bad boy a Coca-Cola and put him back on the shelf. That's That's fucking not okay. Save that for a wider school somewhere.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, no, that I don't know. I just got disappointed. I think it's almost like everybody got offended by the offense.
I almost feel like it's less the offense and more that everyone's just afraid of being fucking canceled now. You know?
Yeah.
I know canceling is like cancel culture is actually dying out. You know, like
it is.
It's not like it's still.
It's
thing,
not the same as
you
it
know,
was like 5 years
but
ago
like
when it
like
started.
I think especially school systems and like groups like that are supposed to be inclusive in any way form, you know, are so horrified of like somebody flipping their fucking lid, you know, and this might piss off a couple people, but I don't give a fuck. Is like one person said on a show that I watch that kind of stuck with me. It's like, why is the 99% of us bending so quickly to the 1%? You know?
Yeah.
And like the people who go like, well, it's because the 1% need to be heard. I'm like, yes, but doesn't mean we need to bend over backwards for fucking every single time you have a little fucking peep. You know, like it's a work together collaboration thing.
And
you know?
I think it started with businesses just being like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna risk 400,000 customers over like 20.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, majority wins. I'm not offended. They're not offended.
And it's a harsh
Welcome to
reality
Walmart.
when people realize that no one gives a fuck. You know, it's
No,
like
'cause
do what you want, what you want,
because everybody's
but
got their
nobody
own
cares.
fucking problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's ones that are much bigger than the others, and there's ones that more people have than the others.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yes, there's a lot of people who don't feel like they're seen or heard. You know what? There's a lot more people of poor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Making
Like,
bills meet or bills
barely
paid,
living in
you
a
know?
house they can't afford, and they're fucking surprised they even made rent this month.
Yeah.
Trying to take care of children that they couldn't afford when
the
they had
fucked
them.
economy is kind of a little bit more important.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like a lot of people are just trying to fucking survive. They don't have time for this like nitpicky bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ask somebody with 3 kids and 2 jobs how much they care whether or not our school mascot was gender neutral. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
Like, I don't what?
None
Fuck
of them.
off.
None
Like,
of
I
them
got something to
fucking
do.
Give a shit. Yeah.
Is it a nice school? I'll take my kid there. I don't give a shit. Like no, I don't care about whether or not it's the Minutemen or the Bears. Also, I think that our school in particular was very prideful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had a very loud school, like in everything we did, like whether or not it was competition against other schools or just rallies where we're competing against each other to be loud. We had a very prideful school. I went to 3 high schools. Only ours was like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of schools aren't like that. Like it's a lot of like just chaos. The kids don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about the school itself. Like people at our school are like proud to be a Minuteman.
Yeah, of
You know what I'm
course.
saying?
You know,
Like,
there's like a lot of reasons, like not even just the school, but like you said, competitive wise. You know, there's a lot of reasons to be prideful of the school.
Like my first school was the Mount Diablo Red Devils, which I think would be way more offensive than Minutemen, but it's just Devils. I guess it's not saying man or woman or anything like that.
Guess,
but if that school wanted to change its mascot, I don't think anybody would give a fuck.
Probably not.
They're
No.
like, I hated that school. I don't care what they do. You know what I'm saying? But our school was like, no, I love that school. You're not changing shit. I'll come over there and burn it down.
Well, I mean, that's another thing. I think the mascot was just unique. You know, I think that was one of the biggest like things for it, is that like everyone was an animal of some kind.
Yeah.
You know, or like
in
you
elementary school I was a bulldog, and then in middle school I was a bull. They took the dog off.
I think El Dorado is the Bobcats. I'm pretty
no,
sure.
we were the bulls,
you know, or
the Toros.
Oh yeah, they were the Bulls, right? But I think they didn't. No, Westwood's Bobcats.
Yeah.
Westwood's Bobcats.
Yeah. I
That's
went to
elementary
Elmont,
school.
We were bulldogs,
Bulldogs,
which are awesome.
Yeah.
One of my favorite animals.
Yeah, but it's always like animals, you know,
Yeah.
or like some kind of like devil or angels or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah,
so,
like-
so Minuteman was like such a not. It was like not, I guess, generic feeling, I suppose.
Yeah, because if you look at the other, so in our area, there's like the Red Devils, Clayton Valley's the Eagles, Northgate's the Broncos, De La Salle's the Spartans, which is pretty
that's pretty
fucking sick.
cool. Yeah.
Also,
And because they have the biggest fucking sports like department in the whole fucking area.
yeah, and I would imagine that's probably the same thing as very male based as a mascot. Who the fuck else do we have? We have YV. I don't even know what they are. The Snakes, the gangbangers, the future prisoners. I don't know
who
what the
fucking
fuck
cares?
Fuck that
Yeah.
school. But
College
I guess
Park is something.
I guess it would have made sense to have it be another animal like the other schools, but I just don't see the point in changing it.
It doesn't
You know
make
what I'm
sense,
saying? All
no.
it did was really just remind. It's almost like it was propaganda.
Yeah.
It just reminded us all to remember that school.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's
Yeah.
just like, remember where you went? And you're like, hell yeah. And like they're trying to change it. It's like, fuck you. I'll never step foot on that campus again, but you're not changing a goddamn thing.
Yeah, dude.
I'm never going to talk to one of those teachers again. I'm never going to step foot on that campus again unless I have a child that goes to that school. And still, you're not changing my fucking mascot 12 years after
Hell
I
no.
graduated.
Hell
Fuck you.
no.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess on the
I'll
flip
spit
side
on
of
the forehead of the 14-year-old that fucking tried to propose this shit.
Yes. I mean, I feel like it's less the kids and more the probably the staff.
I'll spit on the forehead of the staff.
Somebody in the fucking head office, not even a teacher.
No, you know what I bet it was?
I bet you not even a teacher, the head office probably
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the leadership program. Because remember the leadership program, that was like the very like woke, like very inclusive. Like, didn't we have like a mentally challenged kid win one of the prom things?
I don't know.
I don't remember either.
I didn't
But
give a shit.
I think that's where it would probably come from because they're the ones who get to put up, like set up the rallies and decorate the school and kind of push the message and be the leaders of tomorrow in the school. I think it starts there.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're in conjunction with like the seeds being laid by somebody in the office.
They probably absorbed the LGBTQAV, however many
Whatever the
letters,
fuck,
plus
yeah.
minus, emoticon, Decepticon. They probably absorbed that
both.
club.
Yeah.
And then it just got flooded with like just 15-year-old girls being like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
And then 15-year-old boys being like, God, I want to fuck every one of them. Yes, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you
yeah.
bitches say.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, dude, like half the time people in leadership, like in like there is difference between like being a leader in like whatever other fucking club or like if you're in theater, like drama or band or like
Yeah.
even the sports, you know, like you could be in the leader side of that things, but the leadership fucking group that everyone had in fucking high school, you know, that like you're saying that little tiny fucking group
Yeah.
that like set up rallies and shit. Like 9 out of 10 times, I fucking hated every single one of them. You know,
Yeah.
I just disliked their existence.
They just
you know?
oozed so
Like,
much cool.
Yeah, not even cool, bro.
Yeah,
like
like-
I saw them all as pussies, dude.
Yeah.
Every single time, like
yeah.
because they like I had poor experiences with every single one of them personally.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like literally never once was there not an air of fucking pure fucking shitty pride. You know,
Yeah.
like shitty fucking. I'm better than you in some way or
It
another.
definitely was
you
like
know?
the elites, but nobody else felt that way.
No, they just thought they were the elites.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I
they're
don't give
like,
a
we're
fuck
the leaders,
who you are.
and then everybody
Half
else-
of you motherfuckers are doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know, like go
Yeah.
talk to the kids that are nerds that are actually like engineers right now making actual
Well,
like
it's like-
significance in the world.
It's not only
you
that.
know?
It's like you guys are only in that class because when we were filling out the little schedules, that's one of the boxes you checked. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You weren't
Yeah.
appointed by the other kids
No.
to be leaders.
No, you
like,
joined a little club that thought they were cool.
Yeah,
you know?
like nobody was like respected them as
Yeah.
the leaders or the
No.
forefront of how we should be thinking. It
No.
was literally just like that's another class. You
I've
know, are you in
literally-
wood shop? Are you in leadership? Are you
I've-
in band? Like
I've literally watched one of them. I don't want to call him out in band because he might get upset. You know,
Yeah.
if he does listen to the show. But he's a fucking pimp for doing it. And I probably bet you can ask who it was or can figure out who it was.
Yeah.
Long curly hair motherfucker. Shout out to you, brother. You're the man.
Yeah.
But there was one leadership kid I remember was giving him fucking shit because we were doing band, you know, and we had left our instruments out, I think, on the side little like walkway area, you know,
Yeah.
because we were loading up out to go into the fucking trailer. And I guess leadership was doing something that day. I was a sophomore, and I guess our shit was in the way. And they chose the wrong person to be all huffy puffy about, and like a fucking pimp, he just looked at them in the face and spat at their fucking feet, you know, and walked away.
That's
and
beautiful.
the bitch cried,
That's
sat
beautiful.
there and cried,
Yeah.
dude. And I was just like,
Yeah,
that's right, motherfucker. I love you.
I would have
God
given him my milk.
damn,
I would have given
dude.
him my milk like 3 days ago.
Yeah, dude.
Like, bro, you get my chocolate
It's
milk.
just like, dude, like, who are you to think you can exercise fucking like authority over another kid just trying to do what they're trying to do?
Any child
you know?
that was doing that
like,
was crazy.
It's just like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that was exclusively always the leadership kids.
Yeah.
Always that
Yeah.
they thought they had some kind of power that they wanted to exercise on other kids. And I'm like, bro, you do that to the wrong kid, and you're going to get your shit pushed in.
So then do you agree with my
you know?
theory? Because I think that's where this all came from.
Yeah,
I think that
I
this
can see
changing
it.
the mascot
I
probably
can see
came from
it.
they probably brought it up at a rally.
Yep.
And they're like, we're gonna
I can see it.
every grade gets to vote on their own submission, and that's why you got like bears and gators and droolers or whatever the fuck that they came up with.
Droolers,
Yeah, butt pirates.
Yeah, I can see that it can come from that group for sure.
It's like that
you
episode
know?
of South Park where they get the giant douche versus the turd sandwich. There's just nothing good. And then the leadership kids were like, fuck it, let's just pick animals. It's going to be bears.
And you know what's fun? The half the time, too, the kids that are in the leadership program, if you're the 5% that I didn't hate, chances are you were somebody before you went into leadership. You were in sports and you joined leadership because there's some pussy in there you want, or you were a really fucking intelligent kid,
So we did a lot of things
that was in all the AP honor and was like smart and actually went into leadership to try and actually do real shit, like those were the people
you
that
had
are
an
like,
actual
I can
future.
respect you, but that's not who your peers are, motherfucker. Your peers are the people who had nothing else going for them, and then they went into leadership because they thought they can lead.
Yeah.
You
Also,
know?
with our cuck leadership, we're like we didn't get a 10-year reunion.
No.
The classes after us all did?
Yeah.
I see it every now and then on the Facebook.
Our leadership fucking group was a bunch of cucks.
Yeah, like I'll see
bunch of fucking pussy ass bitches.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times on the Facebook where it's like the 2023 10-year reunion versus 2013 is coming up, and I'm like, it's like an actual like official invitation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, somebody actually had their shit together 1 year after us. How much did we drop the fucking ball?
Also,
that
like,
we couldn't get that
would you
figured
go
out?
if they set one up?
Maybe.
I would not go.
I think the generation of social media has ruined the reunion. Because back then, like, let's take it back 40 years, right? Let's say we graduated in the 70s, 71.
Sure.
Right? Then by 81, when you're having that 10-year reunion, first of all, people were having children, families, and homes way faster.
Yeah, sure.
So people
You're
were
right.
developing their lives by like 24. Hard. You know what I'm saying? Which is why they seem like old people by 30.
Yeah.
Where our generation, everybody still seems like a kid by 30.
Yeah.
But so I think that people were progressing a lot faster, but also, unless somebody lived in your town, you have no idea what happened to them.
That's true.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
there's no
saying? It's
connection.
like, they
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
gone anywhere. Like the last time I saw AJ, he went into the military, and that was in 1971 when we graduated. And like, I wonder if he's even alive.
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're
I
seeing,
get behind that.
yeah. And then there's people that maybe you hated, and you want to see whether or not they made it or failed.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
people that you like that you want to see if maybe they, made it or failed.
Yeah.
Like old friends that maybe like, you guys one guy went to the military because everybody did, and one guy went across the country to go to college, and they were good buddies but never saw each other again because nobody had cell phones, there was no email. You could write a letter, but it's two dudes, so that's gay. That's not happening in the 70s.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, I think back then it was probably a big, cool, like excitable to go do thing. Now I know what every asshole classmate we have is doing if I want to.
Yeah, that's true. You can just look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
fucking, I can go pick one and then see what they're doing and then pick another one. And then I'll know by the end of the day what everybody's up to.
Yeah, and it's like it's weird because I can't relate, because I don't have social media. I barely have Facebook.
Yeah.
The only real social media I have now is LinkedIn, but because that's where all the corporate professionals go, and I'm in that world. So it's like it makes sense for me to have one because that's how I get my network.
Yeah.
But that's literally it. Because I just have never. I got my fill of MySpace when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I've never given a flying fuck about updating anybody I don't know personally.
But see, I don't do that either, but I do fly on the wall social media.
That's different.
See,
right.
like I have a Facebook. I don't even know if we even went on it. I couldn't even tell you when the last time I made a post was or how many years ago it was that I made the post.
Sure.
Not me like sharing a video maybe once every couple months or something like that. Like where I went, hey world, this is what's up. You probably wouldn't see much. Instagram, same fucking thing. Like you wouldn't see much coming out of me, but I have it because I like to watch the reels.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
I
like
to see,
you can be a fly on the wall because there's things to look at.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of people who are posting their update life.
Yeah.
That are like, oh yeah, it's my 1 year with my fucking wife, or
Yeah,
it's
they
my
just had a baby,
I had a new it's like, yeah, you have
Or I'm
everyone has the right to
traveling.
share their shit, you
Yeah.
know. But me personally, I don't give a flying fuck about updating the world. You
No,
know, I just
no.
don't care.
Same.
You know, I don't care about other people's opinion. I don't care about other people's fucking value. You know,
because it's like it's fake.
yeah.
It's all just look at me shit. It's like look at me, look what I'm doing, look what I'm eating, look what
Yeah.
I can do, and then it's so fake that like even, and I've talked about this before, but like even when like a friend has died,
Yeah.
I've gone on and like you go on Facebook and you write like that heartwarming message to your buddy or something like that, which feels very real to you in the moment, and then you post it. And then you get a couple likes and you go, oh shit, I haven't seen that person in a while. That's kind of cool that they saw that. And slowly but surely you find yourself like concerned more with how much interaction that post got
Sure.
than you are with your dead friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because you're getting the high from the likes. Oh man,
Yeah.
I wish my friends would die more often. I got 32 likes on that in like an hour. Like, that's
Yeah,
crazy. I
dude.
never get this many likes when I take pictures of my food.
It really just doesn't make sense to me as far as like, because people can argue it's like, oh, well, it's a form of expressing yourself, you know. It's just like, sure, but
Yeah.
what about it is expressing yourself? Is it the act of posting something? Because you could do that anywhere. You could write out a fucking note and just post on a wall somewhere or
Yeah.
out in the open, you know,
Bathroom stall,
like
you know,
you could inside your house,
Yeah.
like you know, on the street, like why does it need to be on social media, you know? And like that's what I try to like home in on, you know, because it's at the end of the day, it does feel like it's just because there's people on that will eventually see it, you
Yeah.
know. If you didn't care about it being seen, you likely wouldn't post it, you know. Like it's just, again, it's that vanity thing, and everyone is again entitled to be able to have that freedom of expression, you know. But me as a person, I cannot relate at all. I have not once ever in my life, other than when I was a teenager, you know, ever really sought, like, I guess, validity from people I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, you know. I
Yeah.
just don't care, you
See,
know.
I played into the trend for a while, and then eventually, just as we got older, you get out.
Yeah.
But as a teenager, like I had my top 5 friends on MySpace, and you know, if you were in that top 5, everybody knew you were in that top 5. If you took somebody out of that top 5, it was a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like you just broke up.
Yeah.
or,
Well, so
"I'm not
social media
friends with
was
this
new back
motherfucker
then
anymore."
with MySpace.
Well, yeah,
you know?
we got to see it all. We got to experience it first because we were the youngest generation that also was using it, you know. And we got to see the bullshit before everybody else. Now the old people are into it because when it came out, they were looking at all of us like retards, and they're like, "I'm not fucking with that. I don't care about the Facebook or my book or face
My
space.
book, my space.
I don't want your face space, you fucking little pussy." And then now all those old motherfuckers are up here, just had tacos, not very great experience. Boom, send it out to the ether for nobody to fucking care
That's
about.
what they have Yelp for.
Yeah,
'Cause they can complain.
They fucking
with,
love it.
You know, substance.
No, old people are, Facebook is like their thing now, dude.
Yeah.
Like they're just living on it like we did when we were 14. It
That's
fucking
wild.
blows my mind.
So, but going back to the reunion thing, you know,
Yeah.
that same mentality for me correlates exactly that. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't give a flying fuck about anybody from my class. You know, I
Yeah.
really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, like the people who stay in contact with me and like the occasional acquaintance that I know directly, I'll be stoked to see. If I see you in a random like fucking location and I barely talk to you, I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a shit. It's nothing against you. I don't hate you. I just don't care.
I've only
you
got
know?
so much space for so many motherfuckers to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not in it, you're not in it.
Dude,
Sorry.
like if a celebrity walked down the street next to me, I probably won't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, I'm not that person. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm not obsessed with other people's status, other people's point in life. You know,
Yeah.
so like to me, like going to a family reunion, a school reunion, you know, it's that same level of uselessness
Yeah.
to me. Because the only thing you're going there for is to socialize. And it's like I have the people I want to socialize with.
Yeah.
I don't. If you're going there for any other reason, it's probably because you want to flex on somebody because you're doing really well. You know.
See, I'd go because I'd go with Mark, and then Mark and I can just like do what we always do.
The peanut
Talk
gallery?
shit.
Yeah.
Just just talking shit from a distance, making fun of people as they walk by.
Yeah.
Just quippy jokes. Like, that sounds fun to me. Like,
but
being around,
you've created that yourself. You know, that's not what everyone else is going there for.
I could do that anywhere. Really.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse to do it. Like,
There's somebody's out there that's going to be like, I hell want to go, and it's internally not because they want to socialize, but because they're doing well and they want to flex on other people and see what people are doing.
Dude.
You know, it's
hell
like,
yeah.
and it's like, I don't give a shit, dude. You could be doing 20 times better than I am. I don't fucking care, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I am not so self-centered enough to be consumed by how well somebody else is doing. I know I say I don't care a lot, but I just cannot express enough. Like, I don't give a flying fuck. You know, like people that I know could die of cancer. Well, you know, and if I talk to them, I go, oh, that kind of sucks, and then I move the fuck on with my day. It does not affect me whatsoever.
Because there isn't going to be anybody that I really give a shit that I'm going to see at that reunion that I don't already talk to or see.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like those people I can already talk to those people if I want.
Yeah.
You know
and also I've had the negative side of things, which kind of is more irritating to me, you know, is like if I'm talking to you or if I'm like spending time to engage myself with you, it's because I'm genuinely interested in you as a person. You know, if I kind of like shoo you away or like I just don't really engage with you, I don't really care half the time. You know, so on the total extreme opposite side, because I'm slowly wiggling my way into entertainment, I have had people I've never fucking talked to in a long time in the corporate environment, at least in the work environment, see that I have like seniority status now in like my live event like career, and they immediately connect with me, and it's like I smell that bullshit. I immediately smell that like, oh, okay, he's like, you're not into the conversation with me, you're into my status, you know?
Yeah.
And that rubs me wrong so hard,
it's like,
dude.
what can I get out of this guy?
Right, yeah. And it's just like, dude, like, I had a producer that's on the fucking board of Grammys, dude. Like he's on the voting board for the Grammys. And that, I knew about that shit and everything, but I didn't give a fuck. I was talking to him about his music taste because I like bonded with him on music, you know, and like literally like
you've met quite a few celebrities through your work. That
I just don't give a shit
that we won't name because of your work.
No, yeah.
But would make people go, really?
Yeah.
Like, there was a couple of those. I was like, he got the fucking what?
Yeah.
Like, that's like my hero.
Yeah, dude.
Just treated him like a person.
Yeah, I just
Fuck
like
you.
Dude. You could be the president, and I would just be. I'd shake your hand, and I'd start telling you what you need to do in order to fucking perform on my stage. You know, like exactly. You're in my house. You know, like I know what you need to do in order to be your best in my scenario. You know, so it's like it's not me going like, oh, this is my house and you got to follow my rules. It's like, no, I'm a professional and I'm going to tell you what you need to do so you can perform and speak and present or whatever your best to your ability, so you can feel good about yourself when you finally complete that whole event and not feel shitty about something. You know,
bitch.
like my job is to make you look good. You know, that's literally my job. It's not a fucking territory thing. It's not a fucking like I'm better than you thing. It's a literally, I know how this works. I've done this hundreds of times, maybe even thousands at this point, you know, and I'm trying to make it so that you can have a successful time here, you know, like, and a lot of the time I just don't see like the person's status, you know. We've had, again, unnamed, but I've had a senator come into the fucking auditorium before. Yeah. And it's like, I didn't know the dude was a senator until he was on stage and his board his fucking title thing came up, you know, and immediately two of the technicians are around me because I was cracking jokes with them and stuff and making them feel good, you know, breaking the ice, because that's like my priority as like somebody who's micing somebody up, is that you make a funny, you make them smile, feel good, and then they'll feel like less pressure, both when they're getting mic'd up by a person they don't know, and when they go up on stage, right? But of course, like you have other technicians like in the crew that aren't used to that vibe. And they go, oh shit, like that person has a status, and I don't care. Like it's I'm
gonna kill this rant.
They're a human.
I'm gonna kill this rant so we could have a podcast still. Goddamn.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Thomas doesn't care about celebrities.
No,
Fuck
I don't
you
give
guys.
a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I would probably bend at the knee, start crying, and sucking dick if I got to meet some of the people Thomas has met.
I just don't care.
Yeah. So I went fucking camping this weekend. And I learned a very big important thing about myself. I'm not the one in a terrible situation that freaks out. I'm just not. So, all right, let me build a picture for you. There's about 10 of us, right? 2 boats on this big lake, 10 people. 3 of us are just in the water. And then we got 2 people that are on like floaties and 2 people in one boat, and then the rest are in the other boat, right? So you've got just, a couple floaters, 2 people who are on rafts, and then everybody else is in the boat. And the boats just take off while we're in the fucking water. I'm in the water, right? Boats are just gone.
Okay.
So it's like, what the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah.
There's this little Asian lady who's on a giant raft, like what are those things called? When they pull them with the boat. It's not called a raft. It's called a tubing. She's on a big tube, big inner tube thing, but it's meant for like 3 people. There's like a 110-pound Asian chick who's sitting just on the side.
Okay.
So boat takes off. She immediately gets flipped and dumped onto her fucking head in the water. Her husband's just on a different one for some reason, not on the same one. Panics because he sees her go overboard. Gets dumped on his head underwater.
Oh my god!
Now I'm watching from just way in the back. Now I watched the boat take off. I've watched these 2 people just hit the water and hit survival mode. Like they literally, like, I don't know if they couldn't swim, but like they did this thing where they just immediately went to their back and went on to survival mode so they wouldn't drown. But we're in Lake Berryessa. It's like 10 feet deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
on all sides.
They're not that far from the shore.
Yeah.
So, like, again, I'm not panicking, right? I'm like, oh, wow, they fucking fell out the thing. Oh, I guess they can't swim. That's probably not good. So I watch wife go down. She starts to panic, survival mode. Husband freaks out, swims to the wife, runs out of oxygen, panic, survival mode. So now they're both just on their back, trying to both not die together.
Yeah.
The one dude on the boat sees all this and then decides to throw a life jacket. Not to them.
Just one.
To just throw one.
Yeah.
Like nowhere near the people that this land.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if he thought he was going to be able to huck a life jacket like 100 yards, but he could not. He threw maybe about 20. And then the boat starts going the other way because the guy driving it doesn't fucking see that any of this has happened yet. So he jumps off the boat to get to the life jacket. And then by the time he gets to the life jacket, now he's winded. So he's clutching onto the life jacket that's for the other 2 that are drowning. And now he's hugged up on it, dude. He can't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
He's maybe swam 15, 20 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just out of shape. And the whole time I'm like, just watching all these people slowly drown in front of me as the boat gets further and further away.
My God.
And I'm just on a pool noodle, like out in the middle of this big ass lake, and like everybody's gone. And I look over and there's like this family of boats tied together. And I was like, can I just join you guys? Like, I think I'm going to be left here. Can I join your family? And the guy's like, yeah, come on over. So then I look over and I started to swim over, but then I see the boats coming back around. And I was like, oh, good, they figured it out. Like, they know everybody's dying and that there's only one person left on this fucking boat of like 10.
Yeah.
So then I just slowly swam over the boat. No worries. Not a worry in the fucking world. Everybody's traumatized and drowning.
Freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. They're trying to get on the boat. They can't figure it out. They're too close to the rocks. So the guy on the boat can't get too close because then we're all fucked.
Yeah.
But they're so traumatized they won't float out into the water a little bit to get onto the fucking boat.
Oh my God.
And I'm just on the back of it. Like, I caught up to the boat eventually because I'm not retarded.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like, I was much further away from the boat, and I just kind of was like, I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I
Eventually.
slowly swam over it.
Slowly float my way on over.
Yeah, and I got on it, no problem. Didn't struggle or nothing. Like, just chilling. Swam way further than any of them had to do. But they're all hanging out just by the rocks, just fucking ready to die, pretty much.
What the fuck?
The craziest
What the
situation I've
fuck?
ever seen, and not like taken any action whatsoever.
It goes to show how much panic like really affects a lot of people.
It really
You
does,
know?
dude. Because
Like,
I like from the back, I literally just was just watching it go down like a TV show. I was like, wow, there goes one. There's 2. Wow, 3? Fuck,
Yeah.
dude, how many deaths are we gonna have?
5? Damn.
Is everybody gonna die right now?
Yes, they are.
I'm just gonna get a ride home with somebody else. This is fucking stupid.
there's an unspoken rule in diving that if you get caught or whatever, that you don't go back for that person. Did you know that?
No, that's fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
literally, there's an unspoken rule that may or may not have been pulled from the Joe Rogan podcast.
Nice.
But regardless, he had a diver on the show that was talking about there is literally an unwritten rule
Yeah.
that if I am diving with you and we go into a cave or something, and you're behind me and you get like tangled up or fucked up or something, and you begin to panic, you do not go back and help that person.
Yeah.
Because it is wasteful for 2 people to die than there is for 1.
That's
you know?
beautiful.
And I made the direct connection, like parallel to, I know that like in most, if you're any lifeguarding, teaching, like association is worth the fucking salt, they teach you to not save people who are panicking and drowning directly. They teach you to hand them something or have them grab onto something.
Yeah.
Never you go and grab them, because immediately a panicked person can cause another person to drown.
Easily.
So it's like, yeah, it's one of those things, dude. Like, panic kills, dude. And if you can't hold your shit together, you are exponentially increasing your likelihood of dying.
Dude, like, if literally without panic, any of those 3 would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like,
you had
if
an exact example of that.
The first woman's 15 feet away from the shore.
Yeah, just fucking swim
go
over there.
The second guy thought his wife was going to die and ended up almost killing himself trying to save her.
Yeah.
Which is more hilarious than anything.
He's an idiot.
And then the third guy, I just don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know why. Because from a distance, right? Like, because I can't hear what's going on. I can only watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I just watch him toss a fucking life jacket out off of the boat and then jump in after it.
And then huff and puffed over to
and he's
it.
nowhere near them. And I was like, what was,
this doesn't make any sense.
What was the throw for?
Maybe to get it out there and then just swim
maybe
out
tap
to it.
the guy driving the boat on the shoulder and say, let's go back that way a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
and
just
then throw it out
abandon
there.
ship and then almost drown yourself
Yeah.
trying to get to the life jacket that was for somebody else that you need now.
I mean, maybe he was trying to infer that the boat couldn't get too close, so he was just going to swim out there himself or something.
I would hope so, but
Or-
it just seemed like not a lot of thinking, a lot more just doing, but not doing correctly.
It's a good
Maybe
question
think a little first.
of how many people can like react in a moment of like, danger, I guess,
Yeah.
like, maybe not clearly, but react at least accordingly,
Well, it also-
I've been in car accidents where I did not fucking blink, like, and it's just
it makes me wonder how many people have drowned because of dumb shit like that.
a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Probably
how many,
a lot.
How many motherfuckers in the people drowning could swim? You know what I'm saying?
I'd say
Like-
probably a good amount,
like-
honestly.
because clearly none of these people.
Yeah, because it's panic that kills it.
Yeah.
It's panic that kills your survivability.
Yeah.
Really at the end of the day.
All you
right?
need is a pool noodle, man. You
Yeah.
could fucking sail the ocean in that bad boy. I'd be all right.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, have you been seeing this Titanic shit? The Titanic sub?
Oh yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
So there's a new update that came out. It was in the dark the whole time because they wanted to save battery.
Yeah.
So they just plunged in complete darkness.
Stupid.
Until it imploded.
Fucking stupid. Yeah.
It imploded.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. They have a video out.
They brought his fucking the billionaire guy that went down there brought his fucking like 15, 16-year-old son with him and down there.
right. That's
it's just-
right.
and he was the worst part. I still think the whole thing is fucking sad, because and I think that the people who are memeing on it are kind of fucked in the head because it's let's swap the dialogue. Let's put your dumb ass in that submarine.
It's a horrifying way to die.
And let's see how fucking happy you are
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah.
But on the flip side of things, the idiot did fucking go on the record and say that safety was for people who are fucking not whatever the fuck he said.
It's hard to feel bad when you realize the guy who made the sub made the sub.
Yeah, he didn't
He
want
built it.
old people. He literally said he didn't want old engineers on it. You know, like he literally discounted safety as
the
part of the
aluminum
whole
foil
thing.
and 2x4s
It's
and
like
shit.
you're an idiot, bro.
Yeah, he's like, well, it's got to be
come on.
shiny, right?
You know,
so I guess I'll just put more foil around it.
Yeah. The memes of I think he used not even like an Xbox controller. I thought it was a Logitech fucking off like third party fucking knockoff controller.
Yeah,
It's
and like
what
all
an ad for them.
And then like it only had one small window on it.
Yeah,
and like but there was no lights.
Nope.
And then they just had like a laptop.
Yeah,
that was kind of
I
showing.
would control
like,
it remotely.
And like I don't know. It seems like at first they made it sound like it's like this whole expedition. Like, where are they? Can they be found? How much hours do they have left? When realistically, it just looks like they just hit a certain pressure and imploded.
Yeah,
like the whole like they only have certain amount of hours left was never a thing because they literally just imploded at one point. The sub just destroyed
that
itself.
makes sense.
Like
Yeah,
way before they ran out of oxygen, they just went too deep and fucking crushed it like a tin can.
yeah. Well, yeah, because the pressure like increases just dramatically as you go deeper and deeper. So yeah, I mean, that's a relief because I just heard the expedition part and everything. I'm sure it meant like the expedition that they thought they only had so much time from.
Yeah,
because
they didn't know
point,
yet whether or not they had exploded yet.
Yeah, because to the people that had connection to the submarine that were not in it, like all they saw was the disconnect from the the remote servers or whatever the fuck they were connected to, and to them it was like, oh, they only have a certain amount of time before they're dead, but in reality they just probably imploded.
They were probably already dead. Yeah.
But I mean, at least
that's fast. That's incredibly fast.
That's a better alternative than like, can you imagine like being in the submarine waiting for like you to get to a certain point and all of a sudden all the power goes down and you just have to fucking sit there and like pray to God that the power comes back on only to be imploded, like that's what the original story was, and that would be horrific.
Oh my God. How many times can you beat the shit out of the submarine driver before like, like
how many times do you like, I wonder if like you snap and start killing people.
I'd probably kill the pilot. I'd kill the pilot.
Or do you, like what, like how does your mind react in true, genuine, like chaotic fucking psychopathy, or, when you go insane, I guess,
I think I convince everybody that the pilot has to die immediately. And then we kill the pilot.
It'd be a sacrifice to the
save
ocean.
Oxygen. Yeah.
Oh my God,
like,
bro.
Well, we can cut our... There's 4 of us. We can cut our oxygen use down 25%.
Yeah, I really hope it was the scenario of like they did just implode immediately.
And then the remaining guys just took turns pounding out the butt on that young boy.
Yeah, probably
trying to nut one last time before they die.
One last time in this poor fucking child.
Who's got the least hair on their asshole?
Jesus Christ.
That's gonna be you, Timmy.
You're still a boy.
Line it up, Timmy. We're going gladiator style until we die.
Oh my fucking God.
That's
what the Romans did too.
Oh yeah. If you wanted to learn how to use a sword, you were going to learn how to use a fucking
Well, they
sword.
did it as disrespect too. Did you know that like higher Roman ranking officials would rape fucking like under ranking officials if they were out of discipline?
That's beautiful.
Like that was a punishment,
all done, bro.
Because it was disrespectful,
system.
Like they may have had like gay sex and whatnot, but it was a disrespect thing,
Yeah.
Like you're a man being manhandled by another man, kind of scenario.
Oh yeah, but look how much they got done.
That's true.
Before Jesus, we didn't even have lamps yet.
That's true, and they did everything they possibly needed.
Took almost the whole goddamn world. Nobody even had a flashlight.
That's true.
Fucking nuts.
That's fucking true, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, like getting imploded at once
Jesus
immediately,
That's terrifying.
I kind of prefer that scenario than the slow fucking burn of waiting for death.
It's instant.
Yeah,
it's like
hopefully,
instant. And you don't know where it's coming. Well, if it's imploding, then it just literally like, I think we can try to find the video real quick. We have time, but
okay, sure, yeah.
It's like super super fast. The one that I saw, like, there's no way anybody experienced anything. Yeah, go to YouTube.
Would it be on YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah, type in like Titanic sub implosion. Let's see if it fucking actually has. Yeah, implosion.
Animation?
Yeah.
Simulation?
Yeah, pretty much the same shit, right?
Let's see
what this show looks like.
And let's see. Bam. Let's do this one.
So they had a cool little window. Oh, look, Sharky Shark.
Oh, Sharky Shark.
Oh, we found it. Titanic.
So they're at the bottom. Paint me like one of your French bitches, or whatever the fuck she says. I don't give a fuck about that movie anymore.
Oh, that's Jurassic Park.
Ancient as old, dude.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah.
This is just
nice. Oh, here it comes.
Oh god.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh god.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, it's coming.
You guys think that we can go?
Oh god. Oh.
No Wendy's.
So pretty. No Wendy's. It's
So
pretty instant, seemingly.
That was cool. Let's go back and watch that other one real quick.
Yeah.
The one I watched was not from the inside. What, they met Atlantis at the end? What the fuck was that?
6.8.
Oh, here we go.
Is this what you watched?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh, it's I muted the last video, so it's gonna mute the shorts. YouTube, you need to figure your shit out, bro. Like
that the 5 passengers of the Titan passed away instantly from the implosion.
Uh-oh.
This is true.
Oh, okay, good.
If you were wondering just how instant we're talking about,
all right.
let me explain.
I like the girls.
100 milliseconds to process pain, and it takes our eyes 13 milliseconds to process visually.
Okay.
So when the Titan imploded.
Yeah.
High pressure caused the entire event to take less than 1 millisecond.
Wow.
This means it was truly
So you
instant light
didn't even see it happen. Yeah.
You were told that the 5 passengers.
All right, it looped over.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So that's not the one I saw either, but that also, I mean,
That's pretty informative. Shout out to
Yeah.
Zach D Films for giving that little bit of
so your
science.
Your eyes couldn't even process that it was exploding.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Is this
so
what you
the-
saw? This is the one.
Oh, there we go.
This is the one you saw.
Yeah, here we go.
15 seconds. The instant
Watch.
collapse of the pressure, the hole would immediately heat the air in the sub around the surface of the sun's temperature. This is a run-on sentence. As well as a wall of metal and seawater smashed one end of the boat to the other, all in around 30 milliseconds. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh.
Boom, gone.
Wow.
That's
All right.
This is the one I saw.
Damn.
So, yeah,
Like,
you
literally
can't
just
even-
crushed.
Your brain and eyes couldn't even process that happening to you.
Yeah.
And think about it, they were in the dark.
Yeah, that's true.
So that just happened.
That's pretty nutty, bro. Honestly, like a lot of
That's probably the best way to die.
I would rather that happen that for sure that way, because like in my head I was thinking maybe like most of it imploded, but like on the off chance that like part of it didn't completely implode,
Yeah.
and then if you're the unlucky motherfucker that only gets like a couple limbs crushed and maybe your lungs burst, but you're still fucking like alive for like a couple of seconds,
Oh, gosh.
before you finally die. Like,
Yeah. I never thought I'd say
Jesus.
this. That's probably one of the best ways you could die.
yeah,
Implosion?
yeah,
Because there's no way.
instant. Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
way,
It
like-
seems it's pretty seemingly absolutely like
I'd rather be
finite, definite.
I'd rather
words.
be imploded in a submarine than shot.
Like it's a definite loss for sure. You're like for sure dead. Like
Yeah.
absolutely no way you even understood what was happening.
And then now the funny thing is that Richard Branson, shout out to Richard Branson, he's finally sending people to space.
Oh boy.
So like he's been talking about this for a long time. He actually built his spaceport not that far from where my parents live in southern New Mexico. There's nothing out there, and that's why he built the spaceport out there. And I remember as a teenager when he first built the spaceport, he sent his first rocket to space with one of the Star Trek guys' ashes. I don't remember which one, like Leonard Nimoy or something. And he's been talking about for a while, especially in my parents' town, you hear about it a lot, is personal trips to space, where you're not going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to Mars. You're going just up enough to be in space.
Jesus.
And then you kind of float around for a second, then you come back down. You know what I'm saying? So you rocket up however many miles that fucking takes. Float around, hit the zero gravity real quick, hang out for like an hour, and then you rocket down and hope for the fucking best on the way down.
Yeah.
Honestly, you hope for the best on the way up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah,
you're
honestly.
spending $30,000 to kill yourself really fast.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, like worst ways to die and like the best ways to die should be a topic for maybe next episode.
Yeah.
That's an interesting topic for sure.
Well, rocket explosion and submarine implosion both sound pretty chill.
Yeah, like
Because they both
any
seem really
instantaneous, Yeah,
like, Like anything slow would suck a lot of dick. Bleeding out would suck so much dick. But what's scarier to you, bleeding out or suffocating?
Suffocating,
Or drowning?
drowning.
Yeah, right? Drowning does seem worse.
Drowning is like suffocating. Like you, like in theory, have. Well, I don't know now actually, because like there's so many like ways you can suffocate,
Yeah.
and there's only one way to drown.
That's the thing. If
You
you're
know?
drowning, there's no air around you. If you suffocate, the air's
Yeah.
everywhere. You just can't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're like just pinned underneath the like pile of rocks, or you're fucking,
Oh,
like,
slow death.
Slow
fucking death.
Like, yeah.
Starvation.
Yeah.
Starvation would suck a lot of dick. I bet.
Suffocation will give you a long enough time to panic, Drowning gives you only a certain amount of time to panic before your body starts to shut down.
Yeah.
I
Well, I imagine they're probably the same, right? Like it's just
no.
the difference is just the environment you were in when you stopped breathing.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like-
So, like, suffocation is like, to me, can be really fast, or it can be really slow.
Yeah.
Drowning, it's almost always the same rate, because the
Yeah.
body like is taking on water in theory.
Yeah, it's however long your lungs last, and then
Yeah.
a little bit longer.
Yeah, and it, like usually, I'm sure there's like a scientific like actual number of minutes before your body just completely
like, we're done.
shuts down.
Yeah.
Suffocation like is in theory in my head I guess like you are maybe getting a little bit of oxygen, but it's not enough, and that oxygen is depleting, you know, and that's slowly suffocating you out, you know?
Yeah.
Or you're in a scenario where there's no air whatsoever, and then you just suffocate rapidly, you know, I guess, right? But, like, that's what I mean. There's a wider range of possibilities with suffocation than I think drowning. Drowning 9 out of 10 times you're in water, you know, unless you're drowning in your own fluids somehow, which is fucking wild. That's probably another scientific thing. But regardless, like 9 out of 10 times you're drowning in a thing surrounded in water, right? And your lungs are breathing in more and more water, and your body's taking in more and more water, and eventually, like after probably a couple of minutes, your brain starts shutting down. You know, and then it just becomes a matter of you're just looking through your own eyes as you float to the bottom of whatever fucking body of water you're in, you know?
All right, airline crash or being flung off a roller coaster?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude, I mean flung off a roller coaster.
Oh, shit. Yikes, dude.
Airline crash, you have something to hold on to on the way down.
Yeah, but it's you have some moments,
and you're surrounded by a lot of panic.
You know, being thrown off a roller coaster, you have like maybe 10 seconds, you know.
Yeah, well, free fall,
right? But like in the airplane, you're up there pretty fucking high, bro. So I feel like you're gonna be falling for at least 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah, but
know?
there's still gonna be like hope that this motherfucker's gonna pull up last second, like Sully Sullenberg, and somehow save that bitch.
I don't know if
you
you're
get flung
about
off the
that,
helicopter, the roller coaster.
Yeah,
it's just death.
Yeah,
like,
you're just being.
There's no hope still, you know.
Yeah.
Like, in the airplane, at least you get the oxygen mask, and somebody's at least trying to save
There's
your
some
life.
safety measures and shit.
People are at least trying. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's probably not going to happen.
That's
but
fair.
At least somebody gives a shit and pulling up on that goddamn throttle. Or
I mean,
whatever.
what's worse, the absolute of for sure gonna die from the roller coaster launching, or the possibility, the back and forth tug of war of I might survive, I might not survive, I might survive, I might not survive.
Yeah, that's
Like
fucking true.
yeah, no, like,
Yeah.
and then also the nightmare if you land in water and you're one of the poor fucks that survived,
Yeah.
you know, because I'm not gonna lie, if I'm in an airplane crash and I'm going to a body of water, please make sure I die. Like take the oxygen mask away.
Yeah.
I want to be obliterated. I do not want to try and survive at sea. You know,
fuck all that.
Fuck
no
that.
I don't
bro.
care if we hit within a mile of a boat.
The airplane's gonna sink.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's just gonna be you in the water, motherfucker.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like ain't nobody gonna come out there and save you right away.
Oh, my
You know,
God,
if you're in the
dude.
middle of the fucking sea,
Yeah.
if you're lucky enough to be within a couple nautical miles of like a shore nearby,
Yeah.
you know, chances are somebody's probably seen an airplane going down, you
Yeah.
know, and like has been notified
And
by
they're coming,
whatever
at least,
fucking,
yeah.
because there's probably like a radio tower or like whatever.
What
the
if it's like
fucking
a
tower,
fucking,
you know,
like a what's it called, the aircraft carrier? Those are 8 stories above the water.
yeah.
8 stories.
Yeah.
So you're out in the water, and then a building comes up on you. And they're like, all right, climb that building to safety.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
what?
Okay.
Yeah, ladder's right there, asshole. It's
Yeah.
fucking steel. It's
Yeah.
built into the thing. You want to live or not? Climb the ladder.
I mean, like at that point, like hopefully your survival instincts kick in.
Oh
you
my
know?
god. I am tunnel vision. I'm staring at the fucking wall of the ship and moving as fast as I can.
My body's just gonna move.
I will be
you know?
shitting my.
But
Imagine
but,
you're 7 stories up.
But if you're anything like those motherfuckers in that lake that you witnessed, probably not gonna survive.
No, they're dead.
Probably not gonna
They
survive.
didn't even survive the plane
You're probably
crash.
gonna fucking drown out there.
Honestly, yeah.
You know.
They got eaten by sharks
fucking-
while they were still in the air.
Jesus
Like, it's
Christ.
fucking crazy. I don't even know how that works.
This is
but-
definitely gonna be a topic for next
But- and then-
next week for sure.
And think about it, like
I love
as you're climbing the ship, like they don't go straight up and down. So like they kind of come up at an angle. So like you're 7 stories up and you're kind of hanging as you're climbing.
Yeah.
If you look down,
Oh,
dude, I think my arm would immediately
just give out.
bear hug the ladder and I wouldn't be able to move anymore.
Yeah, you just panic.
I would be frozen to the ladder
Yeah.
and you cannot move me.
Yeah.
Like somebody physically is coming down there with a helicopter or something.
Yeah,
A big helicopter.
or they're gonna slowly land on dry land,
Yeah.
and let your fucking like ladder just, I guess, spool on the ground until your feet finally meet the ground, and you
Yeah.
just get off and walk away.
Yeah.
you know,
Oh
like
my god! But that's a lot of strength.
Oh yeah,
That's fear keeping you alive.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude, I probably could climb up that ladder like because I don't fear heights too much. They make me nervous, you know. But like, if there's sanctuary above my head, I'm fucking like I'm aggressively climbing that ladder.
Yeah, no, I think I'm going as fast as I can.
I wonder how many people have fallen off those ladders.
Oh, just falling off of those ships.
Like had like panic moments, you know, and just like fall back, and you know, at a certain height, water becomes concrete.
My favorite thing is the idea of somebody falling off the ladder and the dude at the top, like that's rescuing me, being just like,
fucking idiot. Yeah.
Fucking stupid motherfucker. Are you serious?
Natural selection, I guess.
Yeah, and then the guy just dies. So, well, that's -1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's an extra cobbler for your boy tonight.
I wonder how extra cobbler. I wonder how much weight plays into like how high up you could go before water turns into concrete for you. You know, like not you, but like people.
I guess
you know, like
a 130-pound dude versus like a 400-pound dude.
Yeah, like dropped at 4 stories. Is the 130-pound dude not hitting as hard because he's not as dense and not as falling as rapidly, or does it matter at a certain height? I wonder.
I think I saw a thing once that said that weight doesn't matter, like because it's like it was some equation of how gravity, like the force of gravity pulling you down, is what it is, not necessarily the weight of the object. Once you are at a certain height. But
interesting.
Like it's also like the aerodynamics at play. Like a feather falls slower because it's like kind of moving back and forth, where something else would just go straight down.
I wonder if there's like a science experiments where you take like 2 like ball bearings, one that's super like double the size and like weight and density of the other.
There's no way nobody's done that before, right?
And just see what falls faster.
We should go find a big building and start conducting experiments.
Yeah, and just turn into a science podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna throw this bowling
2 idiots try to do science
onto the BART tracks from 5 stories up.
Jesus,
let's see if we can decapitate.
Why
somebody.
onto the BART tracks?
See if we can fuck up the train.
Yeah, if you don't hear the next couple episodes, it's because we went to jail.
That's right. But then we'll be back, you bastards.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys. Thanks for listening to my rants again for the past 3 fucking episodes.